The only reason that you're not with your specific person at this current moment is because you still think that you're manifesting your specific person instead of manifesting the version of you that already has it. Think of a mirror. So when you look into a mirror, you don't primarily control the reflection in a mirror, but you do control what you put in front of it. So basically, you are controlling the reflection secondarily. And so when you think of manifesting your specific person, you are doing the exact same thing. You are never actually controlling the things that are in your external reality, but they are an automatic and immediate reflection from who you think you are at any moment in time. So instead of attempting to control your external reality or make your specific person like you have to remember you are just becoming the individual that already has it. And that's where it actually becomes easy and effortless, because the idea that you actually need effort, the idea that you need to change things or convince your specific person, is because we are thinking that we are directly needing to control everything that's happening outside of us. But to look at a mirror in this way would seem absolutely insane. If you were to look at a mirror and try to go into the mirror and into the reflection to change your clothes or to change the way you look, that would be literally impossible. And what would be caused, or how would we react from that state? We would feel frustrated. We would feel upset. We would feel like nothing's working. And so if you're feeling any of those emotions in your manifestation, it just means that you're actually trying to change everything except what actually manifests. And here's a really good metaphor that can help you out with understanding this. So when you think of a Hollywood actor or actress, they're not just specifically going into the casting trying to get the role. Of course, that is what they're trying to do. But everything they do when they show up is not just to get the role, it's to be the person that is perfect for the role. They show up perfectly in character. They act it out flawlessly. They aren't talking to the people who are watching them and trying to convince them through words or through other phrases or actions for them to get this role. They just show up as the person that is perfect for it, and then they're naturally chosen for that role. Or you can think about it as the difference between the tree and the fruit. You aren't just trying to grow fruit or get your manifestation. You are trying to be the tree, because you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So to be a peach tree and try to produce apples isn't going to make any difference. You're not going to get the outcome that you want. And yes, you can put all this attention and all this effort and trying to change a peach into an apple, but as soon as you change the tree, as soon as you change who you are, right, and that's just your state, it's not something in depth or hard or that takes a lot of effort. As soon as you change that, then you reap the results that you want outside of you. And honestly, anytime someone speaks to me with the idea that they feel as if they have to put in all this effort or put in all this work, or they use the term exhausted, I know for a fact that they are trying to change everything in their external reality. Their focus is outside of themselves. They're thinking and believing that something external to them is going to bring them what they want. But your reality is an immediate reflection of you. That's why you should always know your external reality is not deciding what is possible. Your external reality is just reflecting who you are in this moment. And this also means if you do feel as if everything in your external reality is the way it is, or you feel things outside of you are stopping you from getting to what you want, then that means your focus is in the mirror. It's in the reflection. It's not in you and who you are. Whenever you hear someone make the phrase, how am I supposed to feel as if I'm already with my specific person? They told me that they don't want to be with me. This is an immediate and automatic focus on their external reality. But again, our mind is going to want to do this because we try to change everything but would truly make a difference. As Neville Goddard would say, we try to hold on to our sense of self because we need to completely pass away to that previous version of us. And if you think about being completely eradicated or completely removed from existence, our mind doesn't necessarily like that. But the funny thing is, it's all an illusion. Nothing is actually being removed. Nothing is actually being taken away. When you are moving from one state to another, you are actually grabbing from your infinite consciousness. You can be anything, anytime you want, any place you want, anywhere you want, in any way that you want. And so when you're changing states, some really easy way to think about it is you can always return back to that state if you truly want to. This will help with the change in actually being the person who's already with your specific person, because then your mind doesn't feel or fear like it's being lost forever. Because we usually think, well, what if I move out of this state that's very comfortable? What if I do something different and everyone around me starts judging me, right? That's our mind having fears towards shifting into the state that we want. But that's exactly how we get to the state that we want. So remind yourself, let's say you were just going to be the person obsessed over. Let's say today you were just going to act, think, believe, and assume that everything you do is flawless, that you are already the person your SP wants to be with, and they are already attempting to communicate with you, and they would already do anything to be with you. Just do that for 24 hours. Try it out, practice it, and then tell yourself if you don't like it, you can always return back to your previous sense of self. It's not going anywhere. Because you yourself have access to this infinite consciousness, how could it go anywhere? And the best way to think about it, relating it to Neville Goddard's speech, is that God can't not be something. And so you would know you are in a direct relationship with God or your higher self or the universe, however you want to see it. So if that's the case, how could you ever actually be separate from anything? And so again, in the same way that you're already what you want to be, you're already obsessed over by your specific person, you already hold that within you, then at the same time, you could never actually lose your previous sense of self either. You could always return back to it. And one of the greatest examples I always like to return to is from the book The Alchemist, if you've ever read it. And so it's a shepherd boy who is moving on to his journey. I won't give too much away because I don't want to spoil it for you, because it really is a book that you should read if you want to understand this concept. But basically, he is a shepherd boy and he wants to move on forward to what his, I forget how they call it, but it's basically his personal legend. That's the message. So what he's meant to be or what he wants to do. And he tells himself whenever he goes to make a jump or make a leap, because he feels worried, because he starts to feel anxious, because he starts to feel fear, he reminds himself he can always return back to being a shepherd boy. It's actually not going anywhere, right? He could do his journey, he could try everything possible, he could fail miserably, and the previous state will always be available. Now, the funny thing is, anytime you actually go from this stance and move forward in this feeling of abundance or confidence, you absolutely cannot fail. You cannot fail being with your specific person because you've already done it. And so take a moment and reevaluate your motivations. You are the actor or actress that isn't just trying to get the role. They're trying to act and be the person that is perfect for the role. You are not a peach tree that's trying to change your peaches into apples. You're becoming an apple tree, and naturally your reality will produce apples. Stop trying to get your specific person to obsess over you, to chase over you, to change their mind, to alter their perspective. Be the individual that already has it, manifest the version of you that's already there, and then your reality will show you exactly what you want. And as a reminder, this isn't something in depth. You don't have to put in effort or action. You don't have to do these wild things to make it so. It literally is just something that you are going to choose and decide within your mind. And just by changing this focus on becoming the individual that already has it, rather than chasing it, you get results like this. So this person is sitting back, relaxing, and having everything that they want show up exactly how they want with their specific person. And it's even to the point in which their specific person is moving from app to app just to message them. And this is the exact amount of success you can receive by acting this out, including the fact that it will be absolutely just as effortless for you as it was for this individual. So do not wait. Try this out right now. And this is going to be a technique that you can use perfectly to act out the challenge that we're doing this month, where you are going to be with your specific person by the end of the month. And so hopefully you are following this journey, because you can do some very amazing and dramatic things is if you focus on or understand manifestation isn't about what you want, it's about who you are. And if you are just joining this, I would definitely watch my video from yesterday. And it's the video about only watch this if you want to manifest your specific person by the end of the month. So again, I keep it that serious as to do not watch it if you do not plan on being with your specific person this month, because we are on a journey together that is always going to be successful. It is impossible to fail. And with that being said, don't just try to force your reality, become the individual that already has it. And so with all this being said, make sure to comment below all of your questions, all of your thoughts, all of your worries, all of your successes with your specific person, because if we are doing this month, I want you to keep me updated on everything that's happening with your specific person. As well as this, if you did want to reach out to me personally with a question, a message, or anything, make sure to head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to kind of be on this journey with you, and I can't wait for you to, we're basically refreshing our entire audience here, because I'm going to get everyone watching this video to their specific person by the end of the month, so don't even worry about it. But then you'll just be here on my videos to tell me your successes, tell me all the amazing things happening with your specific person, and I am honestly so excited for that. So make sure to like this video, subscribe if you want, and I can't wait to see you in my next video tomorrow.